Internet issue way it's not surprising. So we me communication for a very long time on the same platform. I can say before you can digitalize, no, I say one kasa own platform.
Yeah.
Because also your telecommunications systems is in the hands of private companies. And as a private companies and yet locally owned companies, they are foreign companies. It's Makase. If we build the entire economy on a foreign platform, the day Omukase almost shut down operations, what happens to the economy of Ghana? And if you want to know how clueless leaders have been since the beginning of the so-called Fourth Republic, Titi, there has not been anyone who has done anything concerning owning any space of our economy. Not thinking about how we can own it ourselves. In Sicily, a whole Ghana does not have a telecoms company. You need airline, you need shipping company.
Yeah.
And we had all these things before. In Sicily, you ask, what does Ghana actually own? Then I always say, what do we own? There's nothing. And you see, that's the level of cluelessness that these people have. But social advanced economies, two most important things are let me make even three. Electricity and energy. Energy would include your petrol, diesel, and these three things can actually bring down an entire country. You see, because of technology, the telecommunications and internet to have account, because almost all economies right now, advanced economies, are running on the internet. And today it is ensure energy, electricity, and your telecommunications and internet. These are very four sensitive regions. In social and economy like America, omunya doomso. So omunya doomso na a periodic shutdown for maintenance, and I say fault be about baby. But America has invested heavily in nuclear power. And no, it doesn't go off, it is perpetual. Yes. But apart from investing in nuclear energy, they make sure say it is a high security priority. And just say you'll be surprised say you find American soldiers guarding those security installations 24/7. Because someone said the very day those things go offline, the entire America becomes exposed.
Then you call guard a hospital can room and would a chunk.
Titi, me say national security, sensitive national security installations. Ghana hire the butcher scale. It to me doom light to say you bought table tennis. No, and these are very. But also in Ghana we joke with those things. And security priority, yes. It to me 2 pipe 2 weeks, almost a month now. There's no water. But in certain jurisdictions, say light off with water for just 30 minutes. It's a very serious national issue. Yes, but in Ghana, you find yourself where normal thing because you're doing light and net. Like, what does it mean? Yes. An arm of government in parliament or chamber where it's your government system has 3 arms. Parliament is an arm of government. Parliament chamber your light off. People get stuck in the elevator. And I said this last week, sir. In every elevator, your security measures be the automatic response device. We fix all those things to lift. And to say your man light off in poor, you can't get stuck in the elevator. And they will be called next level or the next step. Yes. But this shows the cluelessness of the nation. But I want to give a certain backdrop. Internet connectivity as a new thing. For a very long time, now it was very expensive to make calls even in Ghana. The whole Africa, but particularly in Ghana. And see, the reason for this is that time in Africa, you need your own telecommunications network. You need satellite in Sanya Mano. And see, so Uber call from Ghana to Nigeria and Poa. And says I call US on satellite and so. Now I rerouted the call to Nigeria. And it became very expensive. And see, in 1994, 45 African nations almost back together, almost for network be a firm Rascom. It was a regional satellite communications network. 45 African nations back together say Africa satellite for our calls and all those things. Yes. Sika na to buy the satellite to own it. Now $400 million. But before then, every year you spend about $500 million for calls and internet in Africa. Yetuyama US for more satellite. That was Intelsat. And see, in 2007, Gaddafi, that was former president of Libya, Omoko AU meeting, and Gaddafi said, because the cost of the satellite to buy it and own it, $400 million. Me Gaddafi made $300 million, but too far. Onua Maakye, the rest of the African leaders should contribute the $100 million so we can go and buy our own satellite infrastructure. And indeed, Gaddafi paid $300 million as a first installment for the payment of this thing. When himself, African countries were not able to put up the monies. And it was through the ADB, the ADB and one other bank, maybe another bank, but it was two other banks that came to support. But Gaddafi alone paid $300 million out of the $400 million. And I had the toy satellite. It's from 2007. Africa had their own satellite for calls and internet. One man paid $300 million, more than half the cost. Fast forward, Russia and China, who said, no, this is a very good investment opportunity. And in 2010, almost to another satellite, the chair said, we use this on partnership basis.
Yeah.
And see, and then you can pick up your phone and make calls to say, hey, yes, you can call any country and everything. This was made possible first by Gaddafi in 2007. 2010, Russia and China also stepped in to make those investments to help us get a second one. And see, for a very long time, now you're running on the satellite system. But with advanced technology in this Anyaman, we realized that the fiber optic cable was the way to go. Now, mind you, the person who even invented the fiber optic cable, no, you're Ghanaian. And here, Bruni, no, you're Ghanaian who invented that fiber optic cable thing, yes. Now, Yehun said that's the way to go. People started investing in that one. Yeah. But we still have the satellite infrastructure, well, yes. And see, sensible leaders who are visionary and thinking futuristically, Omo say, we came from a certain place where we were using a satellite system, which we managed to own two of them.
Yeah.
But you see, I know you are calling into the space of the fiber optic cable. What investments are we making towards that space? Say, you better own your own fiber optic cables. And see, we had gotten that thing, no. See, there were, and yet the whole world, then yes, our internet issues, no. And yes, selected countries be and affected. But those other people who had their own system and their own networks, no, they were not affected by this. And see, any sensible nation will be thinking, say, how can we get our own system? Because it's a national security issue. Yeah. And see, how can we get our own so we can protect it and bypass some of these problems? But you see, they're not thinking futuristically. Let's say, communications minister or command some speech or conference be here just a few days ago. And I'll say, this is a blessing in disguise. Say, this is actually going to prompt us to make investments in owning our own infrastructure. And I was surprised. How can this be a blessing in disguise? So, the number of people our Mojuma say because of this thing, how can you call this a blessing in disguise? And I don't blame them. In any proper nation, within 24 hours, outages in the internet. Would have had a complete analysis of the thing and you better brief the citizens. Saying about this is the extent of the damage. We've lost this amount of revenue and all those things. But these are the steps we're making in repairing and answering remedial actions to prevent this from happening again. Over 24 hours, we've not had any briefing from government. The minister didn't brief Ghanaians or command speech was another program. Yeah. But it was only NCA that tried to address the issue. But that's not the official government communication piece. What's the Minister of Communication doing? But it's like I'm saying, we're not in a serious country. In fact, this thing's as a joke, but it's a national security threat. Because imagine, sir, the economy has been digitized. We've put it on a digital space. Yeah. This outage has happened. This is a very good loophole for hackers to hack your system. International lights never back out. So you'd have realized, say, Ghana would have lost half of the economy to fraudsters. This is a real security threat. But your friend said it's not any big deal because, I mean, it's I mean, such cluelessness. No, but this is serious business. This is serious business. Nation building is not a joke. But we've unfortunately put people who are clueless and incompetent in positions of power, and they are running this country as and how they see fit. But you see, to wrap up my point on this, I'll make my appeal again to the youth of Ghana. Me say, Titi, the youth of Ghana form over 60% of the population, the general population. Yeah. So also the last election, over 60% of the voter turnout happened to be youth. You say in Ghana, so we winning elections are when you say only 50 plus 1.
Plus 1.
And she said youth form over 60%. Naturally said the day all the youth in Ghana will come together and have one mind, one voice, and say you be voting Manipa way. That is an automatic victory of over 60% of the votes. Me say the day the youth of Ghana be back together, Yabeka said this is the person we want to vote for, with the numbers which is over 60% of the voter population. We can bypass that 50 plus 1 and make whoever we decide to make the leader of Ghana immediately the leader of Ghana. This is the power that the youth have. But the first thing they say you're back together as one block, as youth of Ghana, and we can make this happen. They say this year is an election year. You try both parties. You try the MPP, the NDC. they've shown that there's nothing they can do and offer Ghanaians. The question many people are asking is, so who is the alternative? Hold on a little. They say the alternative is coming, it has arrived, it is here with us. But the first thing we need to do before the alternative can surface, and they say the youth of Ghana have to come together as one unit, as one block, the youth of Ghana, to make sure we'll fight for the interest of Ghana, which is the primacy of everything else. Titi, thank you very much.
Okay, me Nii Aryee.